snatch my wig tonight. I'm the librarian, and I came to read. What's up, girlies? It's Friday. I hope that you have enjoyed your week. If you haven't, the weekend is coming up. The sun is shining. I'm feeling good. It's a little bit too hot for me. It's 87 goddamn degrees. Hotter than Hades' booty hole, but hey, I'd rather the heat than the cold, and that's just gonna be on period. I will talk about Beyonce scalping all of us in just a moment, but first, before I do, make sure that you check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Like I said in my previous video, I've seen some of you guys signing up. I really do appreciate those who have already. As I've always been saying, we hold votes on content, and yesterday the topic that won for the article that I had to write was marginalized people do not owe oppressors any emotional labor. That topic won by a big margin, so like a lot of people wanted to hear about that, so I wrote about it. Go check it out. Link is in description and the first comment. You get videos first, extra content. For example, all of the patrons who signed up got a chance to see the cover of my EP that is coming out next week. So I mean, that's what I'm saying, girl. It's just perks over there, girl. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have to talk about The Lion King. They went ahead and released a little teaser with Beyonce's voice. Let me tell you something, the marketing, y'all know exactly what you're doing. You say Beyonce's voice damn near until it's time to buy movie tickets. That's how you do it. Let me tell you, as soon as she came on here singing, can, she didn't even get out the whole word can, and I was already standing. But I mean, what's new? What is that surprising to any of you? No. Now you can take this how you want to take it, not really pressed either way. I am very interested in hearing Beyonce sing that song solo. Like I said, no shade. I would love to hear Beyonce sing it by herself. I don't have to really say too much more than that, just because I feel like the Hive will understand what I'm talking about, because they was on Twitter already dragging. So all I'm saying is that it's cute. I love it. I'm very interested in hearing how Beyonce's gonna tear that shit up. Just from how she was doing backflips and front flips over the melody and shit, I can already tell that she's a gymnast, a vocal gymnast. She's going to do what needs to be done on this goddamn soundtrack, and that's just, I'm ready. Somebody on Twitter said sis brought out her Halo voice. She definitely did. She brought the ballad voice out for you girls, and it's just over. Lock your doors, put bars over your windows and shit, because sis is coming like a thief in the night, all right? So I don't know about you, but I feel like the BET Awards snuck up on us a little bit. Like, you know, one day there was nothing going on, and the next day there's a full-blown social media marketing campaign going on, advertising the BET Awards and shit. Let me tell you something about these upcoming awards. I think that they're gonna be a little bit lit. I think it's gonna be a little cute, judging on who is performing. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I don't know, recently, I think because there's so many hot girls out, then I'm really excited to see their asses hit the stage. I ain't gonna lie, bitch. I'm excited to see them my girls hit the stage. What's up? What's up? You know, and since I brought up hot girls, I want to bring up XXL really quick. I just like, there's a bunch of niggas on this cover that I do not know, but I do see Miss Tierra, I do see Rico Nasty, I do see Megan, so I'm happy about that. Wish there were more women rappers on the cover. Maybe one day, 10 years down the line, 20 years, I don't know, girl, y'all have a gay rapper on there, or at least an openly gay rapper, no shade. But the fact that y'all have Blueface on there, and when there's so many rising woman rappers that y'all could have had, make it happen. Like, come on, girl. Like, all these dusty ass things we ain't never heard of, but congratulations to my girls on the cover. That's on period. But yeah, like I said, those who will be performing at the BET Awards, let's get into it. Notable people: Migos, her, Lil Nas X, Billy Ray Cyrus, Lizzo, Mustard, Lil Baby, Young Miami. If she is gonna go ahead and perform Sweetie, like Santana be saying, please take it. I don't know if you need to go ahead and take a 5-hour energy, Carisha, but please, girl, like, act like you want to be there, girl. And please, you getting paid, sis. Meek Mill, Fantasia, The Baby, Cardi B. Oh, speaking of Cardi B, let me make sure I whip it up. Did y'all see that TMZ broke the story saying that sis has been indicted on 14, hold on. Sis has been indicted on 14 charges, including 2 counts of felony, attempted assault with intent to cause serious physical injury. Them girls said other charges include misdemeanor, reckless endangerment, assault, criminal solicitation, conspiracy, and harassment. So I don't know what's going on with our good sis. I hope that we do not have to be around here talking about free Cardi B. But I think this is stemming from that whole situation in October, was it? She allegedly had people go and beat up some strippers or something. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the story. But yeah, I hope we don't have to be out here saying free Cardi B. I think I read somewhere that she rejected some type of plea deal. Yeah, Cardi rejected a plea deal, which could have given her a conditional discharge in return for pleading guilty to a single misdemeanor. So she said, girl, no ma'am, I'm not pleading shit to shit, and y'all just gonna take what I'm giving you, and that's nothing. But that's 14 counts. I don't know what's going on, sis. I don't know what's going on. All right, so let's talk about music. So the only reason I'm even bringing this up is because I was gassing it I was gassing it and gassing it. So Lil Nas and Nicki Minaj, they dropped their shit. Let's talk about first Lil Nas. I really like two of his songs, and that's Panini and that is Rodeo. Like, those are the ones that if I hear that in a car or if I hear it in the club, I'm gonna twirl my ass around, okay? I'm gonna throw my ass in a rhombus, I'm gonna throw my ass in an octagon, whatever needs to be done to properly dance to the song, that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, those are really the songs I fuck with. The other ones, I probably have to be in a different vibe, in a different mode to really chill with them, but Panini and Rodeo could get it. They both can get it. Let's go ahead and talk about Miss Megatron. Also with Miss Megatron, if it comes on in the club, I'm drunk, I'm gonna twerk. Like, I'm gonna be moving my body to that shit. Now, I wish that I liked it more though. Like, I wish I liked it more. I was trying to figure out what it was. And I even asked Twitter, I'm just like, am I being biased? I think that my thing is I like when Nicki Minaj just raps versus her singing, and I think that may have to do with why I don't fuck with the song as heavy as I want to, you know what I mean? But yeah, if it comes on in the club, I'm gonna be moving, I'm gonna be shaking. But as far as like blowing my mind, it really didn't. That's probably partially on me because she took such a long hiatus that I expected her to come back with like, you know what I mean? I expected her to, but like I said, it's a cute little bop for the club. All right, so let's get into a little bit more serious topic. I've been noticing that like these movies that are being planned, trying to save racists and shit, it's really rubbing me the wrong way. Let me read you some of these tweets. So there's a producer named John Wells. He has a lot of projects in the work. One of the projects is called Heart of a Lion. It's for Showtime, and it revolves around a white nationalist who falls in love with a woman who has a black son and has to confront his own past. Like, we are so over these ugly ass, predictable ass, non-boundary pushing ass, save the racist ass stories. We're so tired of it. We're so tired. Then there's another film, it's called Burden, and apparently it's gonna be starring Forrest Whitaker and Usher, which a black congregation takes in a KKK runaway. So George M. Johnson off of Twitter, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He tweeted, he was like, white nationalists coming to churches and shoot our asses up. What are y'all talking about? Like, what are y'all doing? So I want Hollywood to listen to what I'm saying, okay? I'm telling you, if you know of anybody who's in Hollywood doing dumb shit like this, please send them this video, okay? Because I want you to listen. There are so many news stories about like black people, because I guess Hollywood just realized that black people like shit like magic, anime, shit. There's motherfuckers into rock climbing, skating. Sis, we are all like, y'all don't have to just focus on civil rights and shit. I promise you, black people, we're not a monolith. We got a lot of interest. There's so many news stories that you could be telling. That's number one. But I guess you'd have to hire black creatives, young black creatives at that, to tell these type of stories. But I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. The second thing is, if you want to tell old stories, let me show you some old stories that you can tell when it comes to blackness. So what you're looking at right now is a 6088th Central Postal Directory Battalion, and it was part of the Women's Army Corps during World War II, okay? So this was the only battalion of black women in the US to serve in Europe during World War II. So you could tell a story about that. Like, that's interesting. And this one I found, which is I think one of the most interesting ever. This guy is Henry Box Brown, okay? And he found a way, he was a slave who found a way to ship himself, I'm talking about mail himself, to the north, to abolitionists to free himself, okay? Brown slaved on tobacco fields. He had been paying another slave master to keep his wife there, but the slave master betrayed him, sold his wife. He found a way to mail himself, like I said, ship himself to abolitionists using the Adams Express Company, which was known for their discreetness, in order to in order to make this happen, he had to get out of work for that day. So what he did was he put his hand in sulfuric acid and burned it to the bone so he could get out of work, so he could ship his goddamn self to the north. That's a story that you want to tell. And when you hear people burning themselves to the bone to get out of work, to free themselves, this is what he said: if you have never been deprived of your liberty as I was, you cannot realize the power of that hope of freedom, which was to me indeed an anchor to the soul, both sure and steadfast. So like, there's so many stories, there's so many cool stories, even if you want to go back in time like y'all always do, goddamn, when it comes to black people. Go back in time and find them cool stories and put that shit on a movie and make some money, girl. I need some black executives to make some money off this shit, you know what I mean? Like, come on, we're so tired. Aren't you tired, girl? Because I'm tired of looking at it. Also, speaking of things that I'm tired of, let's go ahead and just dissect this Joe Biden situation and Simone Sanders. Girl, I'm gonna get on your ass in a minute. This shit that you doing is really disappointing, and it seems like you're doing it for a check, no shade, but I don't know. Either way, Joe Biden recently came under fire for saying that, you know, oh my God, I worked with segregationists and it was totally cool. We got shit done. At least we were civil. He said it at some event. Let me go ahead and read the full quote. This is coming from NPR. He said, well, guess what? At least there was some civility, Biden said, also pointing to a working relationship he had forged with this other segregationist Democrat. Okay, so Joe Biden said, we got things done. We didn't agree on much of anything. We got things done. We got it finished. But today, you look at the other side and you're the enemy. Not the opposition, but you're the enemy. We don't talk to each other anymore. And so he came under fire about that shit. Now, one of the segregationists that he claimed to work with, I'll dissect what he said in a moment. One of the segregationists that he bragged about working with at a segregationist rally. Now, Joe Biden didn't say this. The segregationist that he bragged about working with, as I said this. He said, in every stage of the bus boycott, we have been oppressed and degraded because of black, slimy, juicy, unbearably stinking niggers. He also said that we need to abolish the Negro race with guns, bows, and arrows, and slingshots and knives, okay? So that's the type of person that Joe Biden is saying, oh my God, I'm working with them and we were civil. I don't know what y'all problem is. All of a sudden, they the enemy. When you look across the lines, they the enemy. Why not just the opposition? Joe Biden, the reason why they're the opposition to your white straight ass is because the violence and death that they pour onto other communities will always avoid your white straight rich ass. It is. And so you can, of course, you can go and debate with them and, oh, they're just the opposition. They're not the enemy. To us, they are the enemy because they are killing the fuck out of us, okay? They're killing our black, our minority, our faggot asses, okay? So of course you can get up here on your high horse talking about you don't know why we so pressed and bothered, why are they viewed as the enemy? Because they are, girl. If someone's out here attacking me and slicing my ass up, killing me, shooting me in the goddamn street, making sure that my ass don't have no place to goddamn live, making sure that I'm locked out of the economy, girl, they're the goddamn enemy. What are you talking about? And so when all these people are dragging him, I don't know why Simone Sanders is getting her ass up here acting like she has never done this type of analysis that I'm doing right now on CNN, on TV. You like, why are you acting surprised now that you're getting a check from his camp that we are still doing the same analysis that you, I guess, stopped doing once you got paid by Joe Biden? Like, girl, stop. She going on Twitter trying, oh, he did not mean that. We just gotta do things. We gotta get things done. That's what he was saying. It's not cute. It's not cute. And like I said, what really makes me angry, Simone, is that you've been doing this type of analysis. You've been doing this type of work, and now you're acting like we don't know what we're talking about. Just like, stop. And there was a quote of Joe Biden saying, you know, things don't really need to change. Things need to fundamentally stay the same when they're talking about economics and distribution of wealth and all this shit. So it's just, why are we being shamed for rightfully calling this man out? Like, get out of here. So yeah, that's what Joe Biden was talking about. Not sure what he got going on. Not sure if he thinks that this shit will fly with Democratic vote, at least Democratic voters who ain't rich and white. Because some of these Democrats, if we being honest, some of these establishment Democrats look a lot like Republicans. That's why they be playing footsie with their ass in the middle of the fucking aisle instead of tearing down these fucked up systems, all right? So yeah, that's all the news that I have for y'all today. I hope that you enjoyed the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and be releasing my little project, my little not safe for work, twerking ass, rap ass, fake ass, city girls ass project on y'all in the beginning of next week, if all things go as planned. Like I said, if you want to see the cover, you can sign up to Patreon, check it out. It has already been posted. Keep your eyes open though over the weekend for a little something, like I said, if all things go as planned. I really appreciate your support so much. I'm gonna go ahead and send a text message to your daddy so that we all can have a good goddamn evening.